Annoyed. Okay, so I will end here, but like before we do that, I'm gonna quickly pull up. What is it called? I think it's called My Name K-drama. Definitely, probably said before. Like, oh my god, oh god. Okay, all right, sure. Okay, so zoom in, please. This is a K-drama that I decided to watch. I've probably made a comment before that I do not like watching K-dramas because A, they either also if an ad starts. This is not important. Uh, it's usually some form of romance that I don't particularly care for because I find it unrealistic or like very overdone. Like the bubbles, the stars, the lens flare, the slow motion, the the stupid theme song that "You Are My Destiny" and all that bullshit that just keeps playing and playing and playing. I'm like, oh my god, I want to vomit. And there's like usually a very obvious couple. So anyway, moving on from that, I either don't like shows because of that, or the show just goes crazy overboard with its drama. And this is a very good example of a K drama that goes way overboard into the drama. So basic plot is that this main girl, to be honest, I forgot her name. She goes by multiple names because she changes it at some point. The first scene is her in school, and she's getting like kind of ostracized, bullied, etc., made fun of because of her so-called like gangster dad. And her gangster dad has been out of town, and she's like, "Where's dad? Where's dad? Why does he like choose to be part of this gangster people, bitches?" And I have to pay the social price of being the daughter of a gangster. So I'm like, okay, pretty interesting show, pretty interesting concept. Um, so she calls her dad. She's like, "I hate you. I think you're shit, and you should just never come home." So obviously, dad comes home. Dad comes home and gets shot to death. All right. Oh, by the way, this is all spoilers. I'm assuming nobody wants to watch this because it's really bad. And also, I would explain exactly why it's very bad. I went on like an hour-long rant about this in real life. I hope it's not going to take 1 hour to rant about this, but anyway, he gets shot at the front door of their house, and she's like, "Who did it? Who done it? Who killed my papa? Even though I told it, I hate you, never come home," and all that shit, right? So she gets a glimpse out of the peephole or whatever, and she's like, "Okay, I see this weird person just leaving." So she goes to the police, and she's like, "Hey, my dad kind of got super murdered. Can you do something about it, please?" They're like, "No, we kind of don't care because he's a gangster." So put a pin on that because real sus comment. But anyway, she's like, "Okay, if the police aren't gonna help me, I'm gonna find the gang that my dad was a part of and make them do all the work instead." And they're like, "Yeah, okay. You have to like prove yourself in order to." Okay, no, better explanation. So the guy in the background, he is the mafia gangster boss guy, and they do like a lot of drug trade, kind of just nonsense stuff, whatever. And he was her father's like eyeball equivalent. Like they were super close, they're partners and all that. Whatever, saved each other's lives. Stupid shit. They will throw the save each other's lives in there at least like 4 times in the slow motion. So it really gets like overwhelmingly boring at some point, but it's okay. He says, in order to find out who killed your dad, you have to infiltrate the police because I know that your dad was shot with a police's gun. And put a pin on that because how does this guy fucking know about this? Number one, ad starts in 1 minute, by the way. So immediately you're already thinking like, okay, there's no way this guy is not fucking the killer. Okay, you don't. Okay, let me. This guy, his face. You look at his face and you tell me he's not the guy that killed her dad. Okay, and you're like, all right. I have the ending of the show already. It's gonna take another 9 episodes to get there, but we're gonna get there, okay? So she goes, "Sure, I'm gonna infiltrate the police and I'm gonna find out who killed my dad because he's on the force and all that." But before she goes and joins the police, which I thought would have been a great starting point because you skip a lot of hubbub and nonsense, she has to go through a training arc where she goes to an all-male gym and she punches and beats up a lot of dudes in a very nicely choreographed, I guess, question mark, fight scene, but also very unrealistic in the sense that there are 50 guys who are taller, stronger, and more like they have trained probably longer than her, question mark on that. She's like 19 years old, but no problem. She kills like basically all of them. Okay, no, she doesn't kill, but she fights a lot of them. But because this is a K drama, they have to make it slightly disgusting. Let me see if he's here. There's a guy. Let's see if he's here. Is he in this list? I honestly don't remember because he had like a tattoo that covered half his face. Oh my god, I forgot he was a thing too. He was a whole thing. There's a lot of unnecessary drama, but yeah. Oh, okay. So there's this guy. Okay, he looks kind of crazy here, but your first sight of him, he's in the gym and he's kind of like showing her the ropes. He's like, okay, you know everyone here is on a like a ladder, right? If you are the lowest on the ladder because you're a newbie, people are gonna shit on you and everything. And she's like, yeah, okay, I get it. So I thought at first that this is the quote unquote obvious pairing of the show. It's gonna be this guy plus her. No, no. In fact, it is very much not that because it is a K drama and they want to make everybody uncomfortable. So they put a scene where he tries to SA her with a gang. So gang SA her, and if that's not enough, they during the SA process and her trying to escape from the situation, they smash her father's urn and his ashes are all over the floor, all over in their mouths. And I'm like, oh god, this is real bad to watch. I don't know why I'm watching this. But anyway, somehow she skips through all of that and they kind of blow over it really fast. So I'm like, why the fuck did you put this in the show in the first place? She joins the police force and you're thinking, okay, since you showed me gym montage, it's gonna now be police montage. Absolutely fucking not. They skip over all the police parts and you're like, huh? Okay. I'm not super, I don't have a lot of empathy for this girl because she's kind of, screaming all the time and angry all the time. I can't really empathize with that. But sure, essentially she emerges out of the police exam and all that as like a super detective and like she's super smart, super strong and whatever and she's good at her job, but she has like zero emotions and she doesn't talk to people because she has been traumatized and she doesn't trust anybody because somebody in the police force killed her dad and all that crap, who is now not even in an urn anymore because it was smashed during an SA scene that was completely unnecessary. But anyway, she's in the police force and she meets this guy. So I'm like, aha, I get it now. She can't be paired with original disgusting guy. She has to be paired with this guy because he's probably more famous. Question mark. Don't know to be honest. And they start off as like enemies because she was from like a different department in the police or something, and then they stole each other's cases or whatever. Who cares? Um, but I actually they didn't really go into like a lovey-dovey stuff, so I was like, you know what, this is kind of refreshing because they're more like best friends at this point who just kind oh, not best friends, they just are partners, detective partners that have each other's backs and all that stuff. But anyway, while she's in the police force, she's actually helping the original mafia boss guy. And he's like, oh, by the way, I have a drug trade at 12 o'clock. Can you, like, kind of make sure we get away with it? And she's like, yeah, sure, dude. I'll text you the deets of whatever the police is doing. Doesn't matter because most of the time something or the other goes wrong and her phone gets confiscated. So she's like, shit, I can't text my gangster dad about the police. He's gonna think that I betrayed him. And what does he do? What does he think? He does in fact think that she has betrayed him. Okay, but anyway, we're not gonna unpack that at this moment. Oh my god, we're gonna unpack that a later moment. She goes around the police trying to look for the guy who killed her dad, but most of it honestly turned into her trying to help gangster dude do some stuff while gangster dude's like um I don't know, his like sidekicks are all like, you can't trust her, you can't trust her. And I think they're supposed to paint it as like the gangster dude's kind of descent into madness, because as he's trying to like get away with even riskier drug trades and all that with this new fancy thing in the market, the guy who's really evil, where was he? The guy who's really evil and tried to SA the girl, he becomes like super mega addicted to drugs, and like he got like part of his arm cut off or something. I'm not really sure at this point, and he like has this vendetta against gangster dude, and they have a little fight, which I thought was very unnecessary because I'm here to watch the girl. Excuse me. Why do I care about his little shindig with Mr. Gangsta guy? I'm very confused. To be honest, I'm like, shouldn't she be focused on the guy who killed her dad instead of all this extra drama that I don't really need to watch? But anyway, somehow it is all related because ding ding ding, she realizes that in fact her father uh okay, wait, let me get this right. Her father was actually working with the police, and then he joined the drug people, sorry, he joined the like stop drug trafficking people within the police force, and they said, hey dude, you should go undercover. So he joined Gangster Dude's family and was like, yo, what's up? I'm gonna start trafficking drugs now, and I'm gonna save your life a couple times so that you think we have a bond. But this whole time, he's like, no, truth be told, I am a policeman first and foremost. I love my daughter, even though I don't really talk to her that much, and I like never see her. She grew up by herself, to be honest. And his like he was living this double life question mark, but like on the day that he got shot, somehow gangster dad found out, and gangster dad was like, oh my god, how could you betray me like this? I can't believe you've done this. And he goes and kills the dad. So spoiler, 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 but we all knew it from like my first sentence of this entire spiel. Gangster dad killed her dad. Wow, who could have seen this coming? Anyway, she finds out through some miraculous way that he killed her dad, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill him." So we're like, "Great, big showdown coming up. End of the show coming." Oh no, it's only episode 6. What is going on? There are 10 episodes. What is going on? Why are there 4 more hours of this shit? She gets caught and outed as a spy for the gangster family, and she's like, no, no, wait, hold on, I can explain. I want to kill the gangster dude now. But everyone in the police force is going nuts, being like, you did this and you did that and you tried, because remember, she was trying to cover up for gangster dad's behaviors. So some of the stuff, they were like, oh my god, they got away with it because you were there at the time and you did the funny thing with your phone and beep beep. So she's like, oh shit, now I have to run. So she's on the run from the police, but remember, she has a partner. She has an eyeball. Where's the eyeball? Where's the eyeball? Where is the eyeball? Oh, there he is. Oh, no, stop it. Don't do that. No, stop it. Stop it. What are you doing? So eyeball is like, no, I believe in her. She would never betray us. She is from the force. Fist bump, etc., etc. So he's like, no, 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 no. I need to go and protect the girl. And you go, okay, look at these best friends looking out for each other. Turns out they were not actually best friends, and what you were interpreting the whole time as a wholesome work relationship was actually something more. He brings her to a beach house after handcuffing her to him or something or the other in some excessively weird K-drama moment. Brings her to a beach house, and he's like, I believe you're a good person. And then they start having sex, and you're like, hold on, what the fuck is going on? Because they're just doing the do, and you're like, she got shot, he got shot, everybody is riddled with bullet holes, but y'all are fucking apparently. Okay, sure. So you're looking at the time go on. Oh, also, by the way, the like grand reveal that she's a traitor and everything takes like a while. But anyway, at this point, we're like episode 9 out of 10, and they're fucking, and you're like, okay, I don't know what's going to go on from now on. Maybe she's gonna go back to the force, reintegrate, have everyone trust her because her eyeball loves her, and they had sex. Okay, which is the be all end all in K drama, and then they're gonna get this gangster boss once and for all. Absolutely fucking not, by the way. So she's like, you know what? Um, I don't know if I can go through with killing gangster dad anymore. And then he says, yeah, you're right. Um, I don't think your dad would have wanted you to like go and do this vigilante shit or revenge shit and go and kill this dude when you can actually prosecute him properly for the crimes that we can actually pin on gangster dad. And especially since he's going nuts, he's probably gonna do something stupid, and then you can arrest him. And she's like, yeah, yeah, true. I will serve time in jail for whatever the fuck I did that was wrong, and then when I get out of jail, I'll go back to the police force and start from scratch and do this whole shebang all over again and get the guy. Yay. And he's like, I'm gonna be there for the whole thing. You're like, okay, this is kind of sweet, kind of wholesome, kind of refreshing because they're actually talking about like, getting the murderer to be held legally responsible for his actions, and all that, when typically these kinds of action shows just go pew pew pew, punch punch punch, end of the story, etc. But then you look at the episode counts and you're like, uh-oh, it is episode 9 out of 10. They do not possibly have any time. They cannot possibly have any time with for this giant plan of hers to occur within the next 1 hour. Is Gyobu Masataka Oniwa? What? I don't know what you say. That's a niche meme. Okay. Um. So they're in the car driving back to the police station, and she's like, all smiles, and they're holding hands and being really out of character. And then gangster guy pulls up in his own car, and he goes, "How can you betray me? You were supposed to be the one that like stuck with me forever. Your dad betrayed me, but you weren't supposed to betray me. You're mine, and now I see you with the police and this fucking guy." He pulled. I don't know what's supposed to happen. I think he goes crazy, but I'm not sure if they're trying to imply something sexual between them, because I really hope not. I truly hope not. But then again, it's a K drama, so I can't say for sure. Pulls out a gun and kills this dude, shoots him until he's like, oh, that's this scene where like I was like, oh, I will unpack this later. He super shoots him, and then he's just dead in her lap, and then the guy gets away, and she's like, oh my god, my boyfriend of like the past 15 minutes is dead. Oh shit. This is bad. So she goes crazy herself, pulls out a knife, pulls out a gun or something. No, no, no. Does she have a gun? She takes his gun. She takes his gun. I don't know why he has a gun when he's not supposed to be like, I don't think he's supposed to have one. But anyway, and she pulls up into Gangster Dad's place and starts shooting the shit out of and killing everybody. So remember the gym montage scene of like 50 guys getting killed by one girl? It's the same thing, but now she's like shooting and knifing them, so it makes a little bit more sense. Although they do also have weapons themselves, so I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, she gets like stabbed and shot at, but at least like 100,000 times. But she still lives because she's the main character, and she goes to Gangster Dad, who's just chilling in his office at this point, and like being like, "Okay, I'm waiting, come kill me." So waiting and waiting and killing and whatever. She finally makes it to the front door, and you're like, "Okay." who's gonna kill who, because I honestly don't understand the show at this point. They have like a fight. It's not that nice to watch. It was very weird looking. She kind of she kind of just does this face that you see her have on the screen right now. This is like her only expression throughout the show. Like if you look at all these pictures, it's always the same face. She just has one expression, which is this is kind of blank ass expression where she doesn't really look like she has many thoughts between her two ears, and like she's debating between like bursting into tears and punching the shit out of someone. That's good acting. But anyway, she decides to go and stab this guy in his office. I don't know if there's a picture of his office in these. This guy's a whole other deal, and he was so dramatic, and it was really unnecessary. Not really. You don't really see him in the office, but at some point, she lands like a final killing blow using her dad's knife or something, something, something. Ending explained. Oh my god. Anyway, so gangster dad dies? Question mark. Probably dies. And she like finally gets it, I don't know, out of the way. Like her entire revenge story is finally fulfilled. Not not sure how she feels after that, because by the way, I have not been able to empathize with this character since episode 1. I wonder why. Maybe if there was police academy stuff or like school stuff or like whatever stuff where she showed an ounce of emotion beyond I need to kill whoever killed my dad, or this face, then maybe there would be something there to go off. But anyway, so you're like, okay, is this girl gonna die now because she got shot at and stabbed at a lot? She's like crawling out of the you need to kill emotion. She's crawling out of the fucking place at this point. And like every step she's like, ugh, or like she can't breathe or something. And then you see her like crossing this hallway with windows, and there's like police sirens going off. There's the lights going off, and you're like, okay, there's no way she's gonna live, because at this point she's just gonna collapse, bleed out, and die, and it'll be like neatly tied in a bow, revenge story. Don't go for revenge, blah 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 blah. No, no. The credits roll, and after the credits, you see a scene where it's this girl, but now she has super long hair, and she has this face. She has a little bit more emotion. She walks to the grave of her dad and her boyfriend of 15 minutes, and she puts flowers on the grave, and then she walks away smiling, and like she's like she got away with everything, I guess, question mark. Post-credit scene with Thanos, whatever his name is. Yeah, so in terms of cinematography, she is as interesting as Thanos, which is that he not interesting. um, yeah, this is my giant spiel about why My Name is a bad show, and the only reason I was reminded of this was because when we were playing Judgment, I was thinking about how Ayabe was being framed by someone in the police. Ta-da! Okay. Bye, guys. What a fucking long spiel. How long did that take? Picture me. Listen. Fuck off. Get out! So picture me doing that in like a cafe or something for like an hour. Whereas on stream, I think I only took like, what, 25 minutes? That's pretty good timing, I'd say. Pretty fucking good timing. We like to have fun here. Just kidding. Is anybody streaming that I know? I feel like there's like a lot of people on your list that you watch, but you don't actually know any of them, so you can't like just rate them. So I will not be doing that. In terms of my future schedule, that's what cafes are for, true, but then some of them are like, you have an hour limit, and I'm like, okay, 1 hour means I can talk about My Name once, when I need to talk about it 10 times. Anyway, my next stream will probably be Saturday. I'll do a Halloween-themed stream. I'll play a game called Tension. It's a Taiwanese horror game. and I'll be playing it with my friend. So I'm sorry if I like don't get to read chat a lot. It's not gonna be a super interactive stream. I'm sorry, but she's there to hold my hand while I fumble through this kind of spooky game. No rate. How am I supposed to get my 7? I can't believe I set it to 700,000. Like, what was I? What was I doing? To be honest, not really sure. But anyway, hope you all have a good week and a spooky Halloween. And don't watch My Name. Don't watch it. If you want to watch a K-drama that's about crime and stuff, a good one is Juvenile Justice. Okay, bye.